The deepening and now public rift between Benjamin Netanyahu and Joe Biden now threatens the US-Israel relationship. The latest flashpoint is Rafah. Experts say United States can possibly limit weapons delivery to Israel if Netanyahu orders incursion into the cramped city. Our next report gets you more.
He has a right to defend Israel, a right to continue to pursue Hamas, but he must pay more attention to the innocent lives being lost as a consequence of the actions taken. He's hurting, in my view, he's hurting Israel more than helping Israel by making the rest of the world, it's contrary to what Israel stands for.
So to our friends in the international community, I say this: you cannot say you support Israel's right to exist and to defend itself, and then oppose Israel when it exercises that right. You cannot say you support Israel's goal of destroying Hamas and then oppose Israel when it takes the actions necessary to achieve that goal.
One public expression of frustration after another. American officials seem to be having a tough time with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. President Joe Biden too appears to be distancing himself from Bibi. Biden has for months warned that Israel risks losing international support over mounting civilian casualties in Gaza, where the death toll has passed 31,000. But Netanyahu has maintained that no amount of international pressure can stop Israel from achieving total victory against Hamas. He even claimed to have overwhelming support from American and Israeli citizens. The rift is now fueling speculation that the US might restrict the supply of American weapons, particularly if Netanyahu begins its ground incursion in Gaza. Placing conditions on military aid would be Washington's strongest leverage to affect Israel's conduct of the war. American media reports have quoted anonymous administration sources saying they are considering that option. Officially, the White House has declined to entertain hypotheticals.
The President has been very clear about our position on Rafah, and our position is that a military operation in Rafah that does not protect civilians, that cuts off the main arteries of humanitarian assistance, and that places enormous pressure on the Israel-Egypt border is not something that he can support.
As per law, the US can limit arms supplies. If a country is deemed to be restricting access to US humanitarian aid, what Israel has been accused of doing in Gaza, to add to frustrations and displeasure, the US Office of the Director of National Intelligence, in its latest report, cited deepening distrust of Netanyahu's ability to rule since the war broke. It said that the Prime Minister's viability as leader may be in jeopardy. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who was also the highest-level Jewish lawmaker, also levied some of the harshest criticism yet from a top US official of Netanyahu. He labeled Bibi as an obstruction to peace and called for elections in Israel.
I also believe Prime Minister Netanyahu has lost his way by allowing his political survival to take the precedence over the best interests of Israel. At this critical juncture, I believe a new election is the only way to allow for a healthy and open decision-making process about the future of Israel, at a time when so many Israelis have lost their confidence in the vision and direction of their government.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.